Part 2. Azure Moon. Harpstring Moon. The King's Triumphant Return. Following the death of Rodrigue, Dimitri begins to question his desire for revenge. His troubled mind turns to the kingdom capital and how he might end the chaos plaguing Fargus once and for all.
Our victory at Drondr was certainly a turning point for us. However, Rodrigue's death has been difficult to bear. We've lost considerable military strength and resources. If we split up the soldiers currently defending the monastery, we should have sufficient numbers to invade the Empire. But even then...
Your Highness, you should be resting. Your wounds are still healing.
I am well, I assure you. More importantly, may I have a moment of your time? Thank you. I wish to apologize to all of you. I have led you down this dark path with me, and have caused so much suffering along the way. I cannot tell you how sorry I am for my behavior. There is no apology I could offer that would be sufficient.
And how do you intend to make up for my father's death?
Felix, I realize words alone are not enough to repent, but I fear they are all I have.
I'm not after more empty words. I want you to speak through your actions.
I know that no amount of regret can ever bring back the lives we have lost. I know that well. It is like patching up a tear with a different material. Things can never be as they were. The best I can hope for is to make things whole again. I wish to do the right thing from now on. That is why I have made a decision. I intend to take back the kingdom capital. I wish to save our people, those who I turned my back on for far too long. To follow my heart and do the right thing. That is the only way I can atone for my sins.
Your Highness. If we can win back Ferdiad, it will give us the advantage in our war against the Empire. As one who has served the royal family for ages, know that your words bring me great joy and pride. That said, I must point out that if we make for Ferdiad, the Emperor's head will slip further out of reach. Can you live with that?
I still hold hatred in my heart for her, and for the ones responsible for the tragedy. That I will carry with me until death. But my life is my own. It belongs to no one else, and it is high time that I started living for what I believe in. I will no longer allow the voices of the dead to bind me. This is something that I must do. No. Something that I am choosing to do. I will accomplish my aim, even if it means risking my life to do so.
Understood, Your Highness. So, any objections?
You are correct. We cannot afford to die in vain by recklessly challenging the Empire.
I'm worried about Lady Rhea. But if this is the choice you've made, I support it.
I am at your command, Your Highness. I will follow you anywhere.
My sword is at your service, Your Highness.
I'll help too. The people in Ferdiad need us.
Fine, I'll help you, in my father's stead. But in return, you must win. You know that, don't you, Dimitri?
I do. And I swear on my father's lance that we will prevail.
Then it is decided. It seems this war council has much to discuss. Our next stop is Ferdiad, the kingdom capital, for the future of Fargus.
Indeed, but I was thinking about ending it here. Perhaps it is the gloomy weather, but I am feeling the sting of wounds that should have healed long ago. The injury I got when that girl stabbed me after the battle at Gronder. Her eyes were filled with revenge, just as mine once were. I don't know, but I have a guess. Ah, I suppose I haven't told you about that yet. I was attacked inside the monastery the other day. It caused quite the uproar. The ones who attacked me were some of the youths we taught swordsmanship to once upon a time. It seems they were raised by a group of thieves we put down 5 years ago. I heard Lady Rhea took custody of them, claiming that the children were innocent. I have taken so many lives, and with each one I face hatred. During the last 5 years especially. My life was not so different from that of a wild beast. And that young girl's brother. At some point I must have... That is why I thought it only natural that someone would retaliate someday. Because I hated. Because I stole and... because I killed. But with those children, it's different. We drew our blades with the best of intentions, only to hurt them in the end. I suppose this is yet another thing we will just have to live with. Yes. As one who chose to fight, it is my responsibility to confront this anguish and the true nature of war, until the day my life comes to an end. Thank you. You know, Professor, there is something that I only recently realized. I never knew it could be so comforting to have someone standing by my side.
Despite their victory at the Battle of Gronder, the Kingdom Army turns around and marches for Ferdiad instead of heading south. To hail the arrival of the Kingdom Army, the people of Ferdiad begin to rebel. No move is made to suppress them. Instead, Cornelia directs her borrowed Imperial troops to prevent Dimitri from reaching the kingdom capital.
Ferdiad. It has been a lifetime since I was here last. 5 years ago, in fact. On the day before my execution, when Dedu helped me escape from prison. I killed soldiers from my homeland, stole weapons from their corpses, and made my escape soaked in their blood. To think, this is how I would return to the city of my birth, after all that has happened. I do not deserve that. If not for you or Rodrigue, I would still be lost. I am glad to have you at my side. From the bottom of my heart, I am forever grateful. Let's win this, Professor. Let's all make it out alive and celebrate our victory.
Your Highness, the path to the castle has been cleared. We are making preparations to advance. Say the word, and we march.
Yes. Let us begin. Everyone, listen well. This battle is for all that the Empire stole from us. It is a fight to reclaim the days of peace we once enjoyed. I give you but 2 commands. Stay alive and follow your heart. That is all I ask. The gates to the kingdom capital are open. Join me. It is time to take back our home!
I thought I would see you again, little princeling. So stubborn. It must run in your family.
Cornelia, the city is overrun with insurrection. It seems to be in response to our enemy's arrival. If we do nothing, our army may suffer damages. We should suppress the citizens immediately.
The people are rebelling? Let them do as they please. Or are you saying you have enough soldiers to divide our forces? Quite bold of you, with our enemy's most elite soldiers at our doorstep.
But What are you suggesting?
The city is going to be a battlefield anyway. Kill all who oppose us, even if they are members of the general populace. Go on now. You are needed out there.
As you wish. May we find fortune in the battle to come.
Huh. What an inconvenience the little princeling has turned out to be. And bringing that troublesome person along with him. It would have been much better if he and his sweet little stepsister had been good little children and just killed each other. The preparations are all in place. Time to meet my old master. Ready the Titaness in the streets. Let's give them a welcome to remember.
Advance! Smash that traitor Cornelia and reclaim the capital! I will not lose. I swear it by the blood in my veins.
My orders?
My orders? More fighting. One of us has to die. Will this ever end? Maybe.
Brilliant.
I'll cut through. All right, next.
I'm your girl. You're done. It had to be done.
Nice form.
Ready when you are.
What's the plan?
I'd be honored. It was the only way.
At your service. What's my strategy?
Leave it to me. I won't be deterred! It is done.
I am prepared. I'll cut a path for His Highness.
There's no turning back now.
Pointless.
I'll cut you down!
You fought well.
Child's play. Not enough. Child's play. So many openings. You were unprepared.
Too slow.
These things are surprisingly tough. Are they being reinforced by magic?
If there is magic in use, we should find the source and eliminate it.
My duty is your death.
One to remember.
Alright, who's next?
This is my stage now.
On my honor as a knight!
Weren't the Titaness enough for you? Well then, we had better activate the Viscum.
Saw it coming.
Not quite. Watch and learn. Time for your last dance. It's win or die.
Reassuring.
Make a difference?
Let's do it, now. Right behind you.
It's our chance to prevail.
That took...
should do it.
Can't afford to lose.
We can't be careless. Yeah! I'm up for it.
Do whatever it takes.
I'll help too, okay?
We must destroy you now.
You make me feel safe.
How about a curtsy?
If you're sure.
I'm nobody's fool.
I'll cut through.
If you're sure.
Ready when you are. For Gerald. There's more.
What's the plan?
More fighting.
orders?
Be smart or I'm finished. All right, who's next?
It was meant to be.
I'm your girl. What's next?
I am prepared.
Leave it to me.
What's my strategy?
At your service.
That should stop the supply of magic. Now we should be able to land attacks on those things.
These strange devices and weapons. They are the Empire's? Unbelievable.
My orders? How about a curtsy?
You can do it! You can't lose! Go! You've got
I'd be honored. Attack moves! I won't falter.
I'm counting on you.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Seems...
It was the only way.
for you. Let's turn the tables.
Too slow.
It's been a long time, hasn't it, Your Highness? You've grown awfully strong.
Oh, shameless. I bet it was you who killed my uncle and set me up. Am I right?
Too true. I'd already forgotten about all that loveliness.
I'll kill you, you monster. You will pay for all that you have done.
So this is as far as I could get.
I'm stronger.
Well, so be it. Still, I'll give you a little gift.
It's over, Cornelia. If you have any last words, now is the time.
Right you are. Very well. I have an old tale that I would like you to hear, if I may, about something that happened 10 years ago. Something Patricia said about how she wished to see her real daughter again, no matter who or what she had to sacrifice to do so. And about how I made her wish come true, at the cost of the King's head.
The King's head? You mean Dusker? You monster! You mean to say that my father, everyone, was killed by my stepmother?
That's right. Her family meant everything to her. You certainly know that feeling, do you not? Oh, poor little prince. Unloved by the only mother he ever knew. How pitiful.
How dare you!
There's nothing left for you now. Nothing but despair.
Try as that woman might to spout nonsense to her very last, nothing could change the fact that she was an enemy of the kingdom. She sold out Faerghus to the Empire, forcing our people to suffer their tyranny. But all that ends today. No more blood will be needlessly spilled. Now that Cornelia has fallen, we will exert pressure on the nobles who were aligned with her. Perhaps we may yet find a connection to the tragic incident in Duscur. Once we do that, we will finally be able to prove the innocence of its people.
Your Highness. I am certain that would make those of Duscur who lost their lives that day very happy. I am grateful, and I am proud to serve a man such as you.
Come, Your Highness. You still have some responsibilities that must be carried out. Your people have been patiently awaiting your return.
Do you mean... No. I can't bear to face them after all that I... Professor. Right you are, as ever. I am their king, after all. What is this?
As you can see, the people are rejoicing at the return of their king.
Even though I turned my back on them and fled the kingdom in disgrace.
Even so, the spectacle before you does not lie. We are a kingdom in need of a king, a hero to save the people from their long oppression. Your Highness, it is truly a blessing that you have returned.
Do I really have the right to stand here? Will they accept me as their king? Bloodstained as I am I fit to be king? These are happy tears, my friend. I am finally home again. Faerghus, how I missed you. It may be spring, but the nights are quite chilly here in Fyrdiad. Still, our celebratory feast shows no sign of stopping. Have you grown weary of the festivities? If memory serves, you were much the same at the ball all those years ago. I have just returned from visiting the graves of my loved ones. It had been a long while since I left Flowers. I was always terribly afraid of going near there, but I could not stay away forever. You have taught me something important, Professor. You never let up, do you? No, what I am referring to is far more valuable. How should I put this? Perhaps it is most accurate to say that you taught me how to live. If you and I had not reunited on that fateful day, I am certain I would have died a fruitless death on the battlefield. I would have foolishly challenged a horde of foes, and in doing so, needlessly sacrificed the lives of my friends and myself. But now I have returned to my rightful place. I struggle with what to say when I know well that words are not enough to express my gratitude. You saved me from the darkness and guided me back to the light. Thank you, Professor. With all that I am, I thank you. That is a hard question to answer. I still do not believe I deserve happiness. These hands of mine have taken so many lives. Nobles and commoners, adults and children. Perhaps a day will come when I have finally atoned for my sins. But such a day is not possible until after the war is over. But I digress. For tonight, our only focus should be to bask in our victory. After that, we must prepare for our battle with the Empire. To start, we must absorb the Kingdom Knights taken by the Dukedom into our own forces and reshuffle our troops. The Lords will need to help purge our territory of Imperial forces, and I will use my authority as king to gather forces from various regions. And we'll have to ask the merchants to lend us the funds we require. Oh, and we must request delivery of supplies at once. Just thinking about it all makes my head spin. There is much to do, but it is all critical work if we hope to stand a chance against the Empire. Yes, I am well aware. I believe we have spoken of this before. Everyone has something they simply cannot accept. As for Edelgard, I am certain she will never be able to accept the Church of Seiros. I believe that is why she seeks to destroy it. She is looking to revolutionize the world, in her mind, for the better. But even if she manages to birth a new world, it would be at the cost of... I wish to end this war through acceptance, not annihilation. Just as my people accepted me, I wish dearly to accept her. But I fear...
Your Highness, I finally found you.
I'm sorry for slipping away. Has something happened?
An express messenger just arrived from the leader of the Alliance. Please, return to the castle at once.
An express messenger? What in the world could Claude be after? I am on my way. Professor, please join me.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Garland Moon. The Golden Deer's Plea. The Kingdom Army has reclaimed the Kingdom capital and plans to immediately begin restoring the country and its forces. But an unexpected request arrives from Claude, leader of the Leicester Alliance. Dimitri promptly responds to the request for aid, and he rushes to prepare the kingdom's forces.
We have received a request for aid from the Alliance. They are being invaded by the Empire. We have only just taken back Ferdiad, and yet I am already asking all of you to move out once more. Please accept my apologies for that.
That's no problem at all. More importantly, how is the Alliance faring?
House Regan has rallied the Alliance lords. They are facing the enemy with all the strength they can muster. But we do not know how far that will get them. It seems the enemy's relentless attacks have forced them into a tough situation. Their defeated Gronder severely weakened the Alliance. I imagine the Empire now intends to destroy them before they can recover.
To think they'd watch us chase their soldiers out of the Kingdom capital, then immediately go invade the Alliance. Their general is Lord Volkard von Arundel. He serves as regent to the Emperor. He has presumably taken command after the Emperor was wounded in Gronder.
He is known for his shrewdness and excels not only in domestic affairs, but tactics as well. He is not an opponent we should take lightly. Lord Arundel. I always suspected that Lord Arundel was behind the tragedy 9 years ago. The timing of his departure from the kingdom, the fact that he abruptly stopped making donations. Too many factors made him suspect. If Lord Arundel conspired with Cornelia, then what Kronya and the others said 5 years ago? Well, never mind that for now. The Alliance needs our help. What are your thoughts?
If we turn our back on the Alliance and then Deirdre falls, it will undoubtedly make our situation difficult further down the road. We would have enemies in 2 directions, in the Alliance to the northeast, and in the Empire to the south.
That is true. In that scenario, we would not be able to safely march our soldiers to Enbar.
I am terribly worried about Lady Rhea, but I believe we must save the Alliance first. Oh, maybe if we do this, the Alliance will help us out in return. We could ask them to help us attack the Empire. You know, a sneak attack or something.
Annie, when did you become so devious?
What would your mother think?
What? It wasn't that devious.
What do you think, Professor?
Yes, I agree. I will admit that there is something to be gained for us as well, for when we eventually march south. But far more importantly, they need us. We cannot turn our backs on them. We will arrange to head out at once. Prepare yourselves, everyone. Thank you. You may leave now. Not really. There's just a problem I must now clean up. Do you know of Aryan Road? It is a fortress that also goes by the name of the Silver Maiden. Yes, I had thought I might have mentioned it before. It is a fortress city that is lauded as the strongest in the kingdom. The land around Aryan Road was once entrusted to Count Rowe. When he turned to the Empire, the Silver Maiden went with him. Now, one after another, the lords of each region are leaving the Empire at the call of the Eastern Lords. But I am sure the Empire has no plans to relinquish the fortress city, given its strategic position on the front lines of their war with the kingdom. Unless we can take back Aryan Road, the kingdom will continually be attacked at its weakest points. I was thinking that we need to deal with it soon, and that we need to investigate the status of the enemy's force, but I'm afraid so. We confirmed the troops departed the Imperial capital, headed for Aryan Road. If they are followed by a second and third batch of reinforcements, then the difficulty of taking back Aryan Road will increase exponentially. But that does not mean we are entirely without recourse. I am just at a loss as to when the soldiers will arrive. Right away? You never cease to amaze. Your answers always bring me joy. Okay, let's gather everyone immediately. We'll begin the war council for the departing troops.
It seems we are just in time. Any later and Aryan Road may have been lost. Her Majesty was right to send me here.
Hubert. So, you have come here in command of extra troops from the Imperial capital. I had hoped to take the fort while it was poorly defended, but now, well, there is nothing to be done. We must defeat him, and then take Aryan Road. Traps have been set throughout Aryan Road to repel invaders who make it inside. If I remember correctly, there should be devices somewhere that let you deactivate the traps. However, Aryan Road has been in Imperial hands for a while now. They may have changed how things work, but there's no point in dawdling. Let's just make a point to disable any devices we come across.
Guide me well.
Onward!
You defeat me? Left.
My orders?
Ready when you are.
What's my strategy? Watch and learn.
Allow me to demonstrate.
I must lead them well.
Was it?
I am prepared.
What's the plan?
Leave it to me.
At your service.
Your end has come. Yeah.
Let's keep our guard up.
You knew the odds. Too slow. Let's see you dodge this! On to the next battle.
Luck wasn't with you.
I'd be honored.
I'll cut through.
No luck, buddy. All the city's defenses are under my control.
So, the system has been modified. The person operating the traps must be elsewhere. Surprise reinforcements. We must defeat them.
I cannot lose! They say...
Let's finish this!
Burn until we meet again.
I will destroy you! How about a curtsy?
You're hype.
Ready when you are. I can do no less. I shall not stray.
I'd be honored. In the name of justice!
It's my duty.
Good form.
I'll cut through.
I am prepared. Let's do it, now. Had to be done.
Surprise.
Stand aside! Child's play. I am only just beginning.
Obvious. Gonna need you to move!
I was just stronger.
I must brace myself.
At your service.
I must brace myself.
At your service.
Thank you.
What's the plan?
My thanks.
Onward!
Guide me well.
Lament your weakness.
I'll cut through.
Leave it to me.
My orders?
I'd be honored.
What's my strategy? Ready when you are.
That should take care of the traps.
Saw it coming.
More!
It won't be in vain. I'm stronger than before.
Thank you. My thanks. I am prepared. More proof of my loyalty.
Pointless.
I won't falter.
Useful.
I'm not dying here. I cannot lose!
Too slow. I won't be deterred. It is done.
Great work.
I must steel myself.
I'll cut you down! One to remember. I've...
You took me lightly. For now,
I suppose you thought defeating the troops outside the castle first would demoralize the ones within. Not such a bad idea, honestly. But you failed to account for me.
The Bladebreaker taught me well. There's
Destiny unfurls.
Too easy.
I won't falter.
How about a curtsy? A striking display.
Too slow. You haven't earned my pity.
impressive.
This'll do it.
All for our future.
Fun to watch. Child's play.
Orient Road is a crucial asset to the Empire. You will not pry it from our grasp. That's as far as I go. I'll withdraw. For now.
Lord Hubert was defeated? Retreat! Sound the retreat!
The Empire troops are withdrawing. This is it. We failed to get Hubert, but at least we have recaptured Aryan Road. Let's clean up the wreckage and return to Garreg Mach. Well done, everyone. The day is ours. Oh, it's you. I think all of this work is just catching up with me. Just pretend that yawn never happened. By the way, I wanted to thank you for your help with the Aryan Road campaign the other day. You were exceptional. Your leadership was key in taking back Aryan Road safely. Indeed, everyone gave their all for victory. I am always being saved by those around me, it seems. It seems that after taking back Aryan Road, many things are changing within the kingdom. Specifically, the lesser lords of the lands surrounding Aryan Road have pledged vassalage to the kingdom. The knights they possess may now be added to the kingdom's army. And if that happens, I would like to leave them in your capable hands. Also, my apologies. Here I am, simply throwing one report after another at you. Perhaps. It is certainly true that I have been stuck in my quarters lately, dealing with more official business and other such tasks than ever before. But that is something I have been putting off for far too long. Though it is exhausting, filling in the blanks of 5 years and several months must be done. I am going to tackle them all, one at a time. That is one small part of my atonement. So, Professor, I have been doing all of the talking, but I assume you came here for a reason. Steal me away? That seems rather unnecessary. A victory celebration, you say? You know, this reminds me of that time I dragged you to the dining hall. Do you recall? If memory serves, that was after the mock battle between the houses. It was a wonderful time. We had just finished our mission, and we were invited to join in the celebration. You know, every once in a while, I do long to be part of the group as well. But do you think that it is really acceptable for someone like me to quietly join in the merriment? You really think so? Well, if you insist. Thank you, Professor. Now then, let's go. Together.
Having allowed the Imperial army to invade, the Alliance army makes their last stand at the center of House Regan territory in Deirdre. The Kingdom army rushes to their aid after amassing more troops.
The citizens of Deirdre have all been evacuated and are now at sea. Are you sure about this? If Deirdre were to fall, those ships don't have enough resources for...
Deirdre won't fall. Have some faith in me, will you?
Oh, yes, sir.
Our line of defense has been broken. The Imperial army will be here any moment.
Understood. You two join up with the troops in the city.
Yes, sir.
Judith, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's been years since I last battled in the city streets.
Don't go messing up because your vision is weakened with age. Take the defensive for now.
Yeah, I get it. You hang in there too, boy. Your wounds from Gronderfield haven't fully healed yet, have they?
No, but it's not like I can sit this one out. I have to make my daring escape after all. Yeah, for the last time, stop calling me boy. That's an official order from the leader of the Alliance.
Understood, leader man. I wonder if our little ray of hope will show up. We fought on opposite sides at Gronder, didn't we?
They'll come. You can count on it. If anyone can bring him back, it's Teach. Teach will talk and he'll listen. But more than anything, I've seen their skill and their abilities. I believe in them.
Claude, reinforcements are coming from the west. Their banner is that of the kingdom.
What did I tell you? They're here, and just in time.
It appears the Imperial army has already marched into Deirdre. and engage the Alliance. It seems the Imperial advance has been stalled by guerrilla skirmishes. The Alliance forces are holding out, but they won't last much longer.
That must be Judith of House Daphne, who joined up with Claude's troops. To think Judith, a true hero, would find herself backed into a corner like this.
It is not so. The Alliance has only drawn the enemies so deeply into the city to allow us to attack them from behind. Brilliant. I believe so. He put his soldiers into position purely on the belief that we'd come. I can't believe Claude would risk everything on that belief. He has placed all of his hopes on us. Let's make sure we live up to his expectations, Professor. Here we go. Let's move!
The leader of the Alliance has managed to escape to the harbor, has he? Those rats resist in vain.
Your Excellency, there's an army closing in on us from outside. The banners are those of House Blathid.
Blathid? I see. That idiot failed, it seems. Hurry up and kill the leader of the Alliance. With him gone, Deirdre will fall.
I will not let Claude die. Let's hurry to his rescue.
Hey, you're late. Hurry up and help.
My orders? Onward.
Guide me well.
Look, the Imperial Army Supply Corps. Attacking now would be a fine plan.
Lament your weakness. I can feel it in my bones.
What's the plan?
I'll cut through.
Leave my thoughts!
All right, next.
I am prepared. A threat eliminated.
I'd be honored. I won't falter.
What's my strategy?
Leave it to me.
At your service. I don't expect forgiveness.
Ready when you are.
Let's go. Don't waste it.
Child's play. A bit.
The subjugate. They're showing up one after another. Nothing for it but to blockade the gate leading to the town. I don't want the enemy's numbers to increase anymore.
It's not to get to the harbor. First, we have to get rid of the enemy mercenaries. There's no other way.
Let's be prudent. dying here.
Another victory.
In the name of justice! I'm still here.
Thank you. That was a big help. I'll go and cover our leader.
One to remember.
I swear it wasn't in vain.
Do whatever it takes. More proof of my loyalty.
Be at peace.
Clever. I can't believe they pushed through to here. Nothing is more foolish than dying in vain. Let's get to the harbor and finish off the leader of the Alliance.
On to the next battle. With this strength, I can protect them all. It is done. Appreciate it. Quite helpful.
Luck wasn't with you. The best.
It was meant to be.
Give me strength! I don't expect forgiveness. I don't...
Nice form.
so fast!
I got you! It's my duty.
I'm impressed.
Nothing bites so hard as a cornered rat, eh?
Pathetic. All in his service! A threat eliminated.
It is done. Onward.
Too easy. Weak. Yeah! Pathetic.
I'm good now.
You took me lightly.
I won't stop here.
Don't let your guard down. I'll cut a path for His Highness.
That's... You shall not survive!
Do our hopes end here?
Uncle, I need to know. The incident 9 years ago. You were involved, weren't you? You know something. What did Cornelia... No. What did my stepmother do?
You are not qualified to look into the darkness. You and Edelgard. Do your best to kill each other. You are family, after all. There it is. The light.
He's dead. There goes our chance to gain more information. And again, even if we had managed to capture him alive, judging by the way he was acting...
Teach is absolutely right. We should take this rare opportunity to let off some tension.
It's been a long time, Claude. I'm glad to see that you are safe.
Same. I haven't seen you since the nightmare that was Gronder. You really did come to help us. You must be a bunch of soft-hearted suckers, huh?
If you really felt that way, you would not have set up a defensive battle in the hopes that we would come. It worked out only because we made it in time. Were you really so confident that we would answer the call?
Of course. I knew you wouldn't hesitate to put yourself second and come running to our aid. You and I are cut from different cloth. I wouldn't make a move unless I could gain something from it. You've always been just the opposite. And of course, I've always been fond of taking dangerous risks. After all, I sent that express messenger before you had even recaptured the kingdom capital. If all went to plan, I knew you'd recapture it soon, and then respond to our request for aid. It was riskier than usual, I'll give you that, but it was the only card I had to play, so I took the gamble.
You crossed too many dangerous bridges for my liking.
I know. But that ends today.
What do you mean?
Here, take this. Use it however you see fit.
The legendary bow, Failnaught. Isn't this the hero's relic of House Regan? Hold, Claude. This must be one of your jokes. You cannot truly intend to part with this.
It's not a joke. As of today, the Leicester Alliance is no more.
Just what are you planning, Claude?
If you're going to lead Fódlan, then the Alliance Lords will follow you. Back in the day, the Alliance split off from the Kingdom. I'm just putting us back together again. Oh, and I've already gained the support of the other Lords at the Roundtable Conference, so you can stop looking at me like I'm crazy. All that's left for me is to officially step down as the leader of the Alliance. Hold your horses there, Teach. I'm leaving Fódlan. There are things I have to do, dreams I need to see to fruition. That's why I became the Alliance leader to begin with, actually. But it left me no time for what I was really after. You'd better not take on too many responsibilities yourselves, or else you'll end up in the same boat. And remember, both the living and the dead cling to us without any regard for our own lives. It's up to us to break free of that weight and follow the path that we believe in.
Claude.
Oops. I almost forgot the most important thing. If you're looking for Rhea, apparently she's being held captive in the Imperial capital. It doesn't sound like they intend to kill her, but there's no telling what they're planning.
You have my gratitude, Claude.
Gratitude? Thanks, but no thanks. As far as I'm concerned, we're even now. I don't know how many years will pass until then, but let's promise to meet again. And when we do, don't be too hard on me, Your Kingliness.
Well, Dimitri, are you finally going to tell us the damn truth?
What are you talking about?
Didn't Lord Arundel say something about you and Edelgard being family?
To claim that the king and the emperor are related. Could it be?
Ah, I suppose I never told you, though I do recall mentioning it briefly to the professor. Lord Arundel spoke the truth. My stepmother was Edelgard's birth mother. Political turmoil drove my stepmother out of the Empire. Father fell in love with her at first sight, and they married. I lost my birth mother before I was old enough to remember her. My stepmother filled that role for me, but she lost her life in Duscur 9 years ago, along with Father.
Hang on. I didn't even know she was your stepmother. Did my father know about this?
Yes. All those who were close to my father knew, including Rodrigue. But to speak openly about it would have caused a scandal. And so she was our secret. No one in the general public knew about her. Naturally, the fact that Edelgard and I are step-siblings was kept a secret as well.
I'm finally beginning to understand what you went through 5 years ago. I mean, Edelgard is the only family you have left, isn't she? To find out someone so precious to you is actually your most hated enemy. How heartbreaking.
But wait! You two were born and raised in 2 different territories, right? So you probably never met until you were both at the academy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the idea of fighting family is just about the worst thing ever. But hopefully the fact that she's a stepsister who you never really knew helps with the pain? I don't know. It was just a thought.
I am afraid that's not the case. Though it was only for a short time, Edelgard once called Ferdiad home. It was a long time ago, but she was a cherished friend of mine.
Wait! I remember now! She was that girl, wasn't she? The one you gave a dagger to. So, your little girlfriend was Edelgard.
Sylvain, if you have any more foolish things to say, please hold them for later.
I do have a few more up my sleeve, but they can wait. Go on, Your Highness. This is important for us to hear.
She may be a hated enemy now, but the Emperor is your old friend and your stepsister. Can you bring yourself to kill her?
I will kill her, if I must. But if there is any chance that the world she seeks to create could be a just one, then I would love to see a future in which I may reach out my hand for her and have her reach back. That said, I have no intention of letting my personal feelings cloud my judgment. Too much is at stake.
Your Highness, I think you should meet with the Emperor and at least try to talk to her. If there's any hope of ending this war without more bloodshed, we have to try. Besides, killing your own family, I'm sorry, but it's not right.
I think so too. And you are right that we should at least try.
I see.
So my uncle's defeat is beyond doubt?
Yes, Your Majesty. I have confirmed it via countless channels. I advise that we accept this as a drop of joy amid a pool of sorrow.
Pretty words, but I'm afraid we can't rest until the joy outweighs the sorrow. And for that to happen, it now seems we must confront them all at once. Dimitri, who took back Ferdiad, Claude, who managed to protect the Alliance, and that professor, who is successfully mobilizing the Knights of Seiros.
What will you do, Your Majesty?
Pull back our forces. In the west to Arian Road. In the east to...
Fort Merceus, I presume. There is no better place for such a confrontation, after all.
Indeed. And dispatch the Death Knight to guard it. He can buy us some time. In the meantime, I will...
Forgive me, but I must speak bluntly. I do not agree with what you intend to do. Though slight, there is a chance that once done, it cannot be undone.
Even I cannot always choose the direction my path leads me. There is no other way. And so, I must walk on.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Blue Sea Moon. The Impregnable Fortress. When Claude steps down as its leader, the Leicester Alliance disbands, and its lords swear fealty to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. The chaos in the kingdom begins to dissipate as the people unite under Dimitri's rule. Riding this momentum, the Kingdom army prepares to march south for a decisive battle against Imperial forces.
We will finally have our decisive battle with the Empire this month.
The Eastern Lords are in the process of consolidating all of the troops within the entire kingdom. In addition, ever since Arian Road's liberation, the Western Lords have been declaring their fealty, one after another.
Affairs within the kingdom have calmed down considerably, and we even managed to win over the Alliance.
Although it was a rough go at first, I'm starting to feel like we could actually win this.
That's true. Thinking back on it now, we've really come a long way.
We even have a lead as to where Rhea is located. It is as we predicted all along. If we are to rescue Rhea, then we must defeat the Emperor.
If we're going to march from the monastery to Inbar, then we'll have to cross the Great Bridge of Murden again, right?
Yes, I believe so. As we have gained the Alliance's support, we should not have any trouble this time. After the bridge, we can cross Gronder Field and head south, and then we'll take Merceus, the so-called impregnable fortress that towers on the other side.
Fort Merceus, I know of it. They say it rivals even Arian Road.
Count Burgleys, the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs, once had troops stationed there. But according to our spies, a large-scale military force has entered the stronghold. Perhaps they are gathering soldiers from various regions to compensate for their losses.
It is unlike you to worry so. But I feel we have no choice but to strip that place of its impregnable reputation. Once we take Fort Merceus, Enbar will be within reach. This is the Empire's last chance to stop us from arriving at our goal.
In other words, if we take this fort, then our blades will be at the Emperor's throat in no time.
If this is the last fort between us and them, then the Emperor will likely do everything she can to strengthen its defenses.
I just received a report on that very subject. The one commanding the troops stationed at Fort Merceus is someone we have crossed blades with many times. It is the Death Knight who awaits us there.
Oh, so that's who we'll be battling. Emil.
The Kingdom army crosses the Great Bridge of Murden a second time, moving south through Gronder Field. However, in order to reach Anbar, they must first seize the impregnable Fort Merceus.
Fort Merceus. Said to rival Arian Road, the Silver Maiden. Perhaps a head-on siege was a foolish plan after all.
No, you're right that it's the only way. I don't think the Death Knight would have fallen for any tricks. Even if they are denied supplies, they could hold a fortress like this for months. And we cannot discount the possibility that they will receive more reinforcements if our siege is delayed.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Then we have no option but to do the best we can. Say, Professor, in the past, it seemed like the Death Knight took some strange satisfaction from his fights with you. He's an unpredictable opponent, a dangerous one. Please proceed with caution. Of course. You were the heart of the Blue Lions, and the same holds true for the Kingdom Army. Mercedes.
So, the Death Knight really is inside that fortress. Dear Emile.
I want you to know that no one is forcing you to battle with us at the front lines. I support whatever you decide.
Please stop. We can't have you saying that. You and I are the same after all. We both have to fight our family for the good of the world. And since that's the way it is, I couldn't live with myself if I was the only one running away from this battle. I will bring Emile back to his senses. I must. I'm his big sister after all.
Understood. Stay safe out there, Mercedes.
That woman approaches.
Report! The main gate has been breached.
You are finally here. Will Death's scythe claim you? Or will I fall to that sword of yours? And Mercedes, here you are as well. They broke through the main gate. Trample them. All save that woman.
Even though we smashed the main gate, Fort Merceus is still an ironclad fortress, and the enemy commander is the Death Knight. We must not falter in our assault. I now see why they call this keep impregnable. Everywhere you turn is defensive weaponry. We must capture all of those locations as we push forward. If even one of them takes a shot at you, we will be in trouble.
I'd be honored.
Sword coming!
My orders?
Ready when you are.
I'm your girl.
I won't back down!
I'm sorry.
At your service.
I'll cut through. One to remember.
I am prepared.
What's the plan?
Leave it to me.
What's my strategy?
It's over! It won't be in vain.
Nice form.
Fools! Push forward and surround them!
You haven't earned my pity.
'Twas the only way.
What's next? I can't... Ready when you are. You took me lightly.
I'm your girl. My orders?
Leave it to me.
I'll back you up.
We must destroy you now. I am prepared.
I'll help too, okay?
Do whatever it takes.
At your service. Hey! A tragic end. Pure grit!
What's the plan?
Gonna need you to move!
Pointless.
What's my strategy? Another victory.
I can feel it in my bone.
I'll cut through. All right, next. Straight.
You can do it, right there.
This'll do it!
I was just stronger.
Well met.
I'd be honored.
I won't stop here.
I'm sorry.
shall not stray. I must...
Weak, not so fast.
It's my duty.
Pointless. Can't afford to lose. What's next?
Worrisome. They have a leader capable of summoning reinforcements. If we find and strike down that person, we can prevent further interruptions.
This could turn the tides.
Not quite ready to die.
Too slow.
Prepare yourself!
I aim for greatness.
Impressive.
I won't falter.
Luck wasn't with you.
That's the spirit! For Gerald! I'll keep...
You knew the odds. You fought well.
Pathetic. Saw that. Weak. I'll cut a path for His Highness.
I will destroy you!
How about a curtsy?
still here.
Leave it to me.
At your service.
I'm your girl.
It was the only way. I'll keep moving forward.
Too slow.
What's my strategy?
Ready when you are.
I'd be honored. I must steel myself.
My orders?
Don't let your guard down.
What's the plan?
I'll cut through.
It was the only way.
I'm stronger.
I need to slow down.
I am prepared. More proof of my loyalty.
Make a difference?
All for our future.
Let's do it. Now.
I'd be honored. I've got you! I'm still here.
Well
there
met.
will be no further reinforcements from this side. However, the other side is still in action.
If they call in more reinforcements, we'll be in great danger. We must take down the other commander as well. And fast!
I'm with you.
Witness my resolve! Let me help you.
This is our chance.
It was the only way.
Next.
Impressive.
I need to slow down.
You took me lightly. Next try. I'll end this quickly. I aim for greatness.
Good. Now we should not have to worry about any more reinforcements crashing the party.
I came here to get you. Let's return together, Emil.
Leave. The place of your death is not here.
I can help.
I have an idea.
You're stronger now. Whether I kill you or you kill me, I'm looking forward to this. To kill, to die, to know one without the other would be maddening.
Haven't withered away just yet.
The enemy general has been vanquished. Everyone, move to gain control of the keep. Victory is ours. Raise the banner of the knights. May it soar proudly over the impregnable fortress.
Oh, I have to meet Emil. Emil. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault for leaving you behind when I left House Bartels. I should have gone back for you sooner. I'm sorry for not being a better sister to you.
Mercedes.
Please forgive me, Emil.
Mercy, we need to go. Now.
Goodbye.
Your Highness, our capture of the fortress is complete.
Now the path to the Imperial capital is finally open to us. Once we have finished cleaning up after the battle, let's have another meeting to discuss our next move. It would be one thing if we were at home or at the monastery, but to waste our resources like that here would be most...
Pardon the interruption. We've just received a letter from Margrave Gautier.
Very well. I will read it at once. I see. It seems the conflict within Fargus has at last come to an end.
Yes, Your Highness. Margrave and the other Eastern Lords are at the center of it, and are gathering the kingdom's military forces even now. They intend to join with the Alliance army and send troops and supplies to the monastery.
What do you know? My old man is really pulling his weight. Did he seem well?
Yes, as well as can be expected. He has taken it upon himself to bring order back to our troubled territory, while His Highness is away.
I am truly in the Margrave's debt. I will be sure to thank him properly at first opportunity. Thank you for the information. Now tell me, did it seem to you that my presence was needed back at the monastery?
Well, I do have a verbal message from the Margrave on the subject.
A verbal message? How strange.
The other day, he arrested one of Viscount Kleiman's men. And, well, the prisoner has claimed involvement in the tragedy of Duscur. He has implicated his lord as well.
Go on.
I was told they would be transporting this man to the monastery, along with the troops and supplies. The Margrave said that regardless of the credibility of the man's testimony, how he should be dealt with was your decision alone, Your Highness.
Very well. All that considered, I will return to the monastery at once. Will you come with me, Professor? Thank you.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon. Our chosen paths. The Kingdom Army has captured Fort Merceus. Managing troops from the now stable Western Kingdom and former Alliance territory, the Kingdom Army returns to Garreg Mach to regroup and reorganize its forces. With sufficient might to challenge the Empire, the Kingdom Army finalizes their plans to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Ah, there you are. His Highness was looking for you. He's gone ahead and started interrogating the prisoner, Viscount Kleiman's man. He said he'd like for you and I to be present as well. Will you come with me?
I cannot overlook your reckless remarks. Are you really so keen to lose your head?
I only did what I believed was right. I swear to the goddess that I'm not lying. Amidst the turmoil of the tragedy, Lady Patricia was supposed to be the only one who was unharmed. We had been given orders ahead of time to not approach her carriage.
Of course not. What would my stepmother have had to gain from such a...
Perhaps Lady Patricia would have done anything to return to the Empire, to her husband and daughter.
What exactly are you implying?
For the past few months, I've been spying on lords who defected to the Empire in order to investigate rumors about Lady Patricia. Cornelia's words were true. The two of them, I am afraid they conspired together after all.
Enough of this nonsense. You say she wished to return home? That isn't nearly enough reason to cause such a tragedy.
I do not intend to imply that the two of them were solely responsible for the whole affair. They were likely nobles who opposed the king, or potentially someone who wanted to throw the kingdom into chaos. The Empire and people like Solon and Kranya had their motives too.
So my stepmother joined with them to cause the tragedy. Is that what you believe?
Ultimately, this is just conjecture based on the evidence at hand. I have no idea what their true intentions were.
I see. We will hear what this man has to say. For now.
My lord had long felt that King Lambert's radical ways were dangerous. At the time, he was approached with an offer to take part in the incident at Duscur. My lord loves his homeland. To me, he embodied justice. We were only doing what we thought was right.
And so, in the name of justice, he caused massacre upon massacre out of love for his homeland. You murdered your own king, killed our soldiers, and involved innocent citizens. And yet you have the gall to speak of justice!
I am only standing before you now, because I could no longer bear the weight of my sins. Yes, I believe I do.
Gilbert, lock this man in his cell.
Are you not going to kill him?
I will make that decision once I have had time to consider this man's definition of justice.
Yes, Your Highness.
No, I cannot say that I am. Tell me, Professor, how well do you remember your father, Gerald? I figured as much. Even the memory of those who pass away is taken from those they left behind, little by little, year by year. To be honest, I cannot really remember my stepmother's... that woman's smile, nor the sound of her voice. I always told myself that I would not allow my mind to forget, and yet, all I can recall with clarity is her gazing away, so forlorn. Did my stepmother wish to go home so badly that she would kill Father and me? Kill her false family? Home, to her own blood. Her true family. I suppose it doesn't make any difference now. I am asking you questions you could not possibly know the answer to. I am finished with thoughts like that. I am finally able to go on living without clinging to hate. If I truly treasure those who have died, then I must earnestly atone for my sins. Father, Glenn, all of the soldiers who have fallen, the people of Duscur who still suffer persecution. The only atonement I can offer them now is to take responsibility for this broken kingdom that has been entrusted to me. That is why I feel that I must meet with Edelgard and try to talk to her. Do you think it is a fool's errand? Honestly, I think so too. But I must swallow my feelings and grudges, our whole history really, and ask her about this future that she sees. What she aims for once her domination is complete. What kind of justice she clings to as she fights. And why she felt it necessary to start this war. I believe that asking her these things is the true responsibility I have been tasked with as king. We will march our troops to the Imperial capital. But before any battle begins, we will set up camp nearby and send a messenger. I will tell her that I need to speak with her in a safe place, without any weapons or troops. As to whether or not she will agree to my request, well, that rests solely on Edelgard. I would like to believe that as well. You know, Professor, when we fought in Ferdiad, Cornelia mocked me and called me pitiful. But even if it is true that my stepmother never loved me, I am not to be pitied. After all, I have allies and dear friends who care for me. And now, I also have you by my side. Professor, do you think Edelgard will show up?
Well, well. It's been a long time, Professor. And hello to you too, Dimitri.
Edelgard, I did not think you would actually accept my request.
Call it a win. Well then, what did you want to talk about?
I will get straight to the point. Why did you start this war? There had to be a way to change things in your territory without the need for so many senseless casualties.
It may be hard to believe, but this is the way that leads to the fewest casualties in the end. Don't you see?
How could I? Countless people have already lost their lives in this conflict.
The longer we took to revolt, the more victims this crooked world would have claimed. I weighed the victims of war against the victims of the world as it is now. And I chose the former. I believe that I have chosen the best path. The only path.
Even after seeing the faces of those who have suffered the ravages of war, you would still force them to throw their lives away for the future? You are obsessively devoted to this war, and deaf to the screams of its victims. You cannot change the cycle of the strong dominating the weak with a method like that.
You're wrong. That very cycle is exactly what I have devoted my life and my power to destroying. If after all of this, you believe the weak will still be weak, that is only because they are too used to relying on others instead of on themselves.
Yes, perhaps someone as strong as you are can claim something like that, but you cannot force that belief onto others. People aren't as strong as you think they are. There are those who cannot live without their faith, and those who cannot go on once they have lost their reason for living. Your path will not be able to save them. It is the path of the strong, and so it could only benefit the strong.
So you consider me strong, do you? Even if one clings to their faith, the goddess will never answer them. Countless souls will be lost that way, living without purpose. And I can be counted among those who have died that way as well. But that's why I must change this world, on behalf of the silent and weak.
And do you intend to become a goddess yourself? Will you steal the power to take action from the broken-hearted masses you claim to defend? The ones who can truly change the way of the world are not the rulers, but the people. Pushing your own sense of justice and your own ideals onto even one other person is nothing more than self-righteousness.
Maybe it is self-righteousness, but it doesn't matter. Someone has to take action and put a stop to this world's endless, blood-stained history.
Do you not believe in the power of the people to join together and rise up? Humans are weak creatures, but they are also creatures who help each other, support each other, and together find the right path. I have learned that humans are capable of all that from the Professor, and from everyone in my life.
I doubt a highborn person like yourself could know how the poor feel or what motivates them. This is nonsense. Though I'm finally starting to understand how you feel. But that makes it even clearer to me that we can never fully understand each other.
I feel the same. I finally understand what you believe is right.
Goodbye, Dimitri.
Wait, Edelgard. There is something I must give you. This is for you. Use it to cut a path to the future you wish for. And I will rise up to meet you there. Elle?
Elle! So it's true. You're really going away? Going back home?
There's nothing I can do about it. It's all happening so fast. I'm as surprised as you are.
Elle, here. I want you to have this. Elle, listen to me. No matter how hard things get, you can't give in, okay? You've got to cut a path to the future you wish for, no matter what.
A dagger? Why would you give me something like this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't think of anything better to give you.
Edelgard, what are you doing? It's time to go. Hurry and get in the carriage.
Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle. I have to go now. Goodbye, Dimitri.
I remember now. You gave me a dagger all those years ago.
I'm still sorry about that. I should have given you something that would have made you happier.
Perhaps. At the time, I was quite flustered by such a dangerous gift. I left without giving you a proper response. And that was the last time we saw each other.
True. It is a sweet memory, with a bitter ending.
I'm afraid it will do no good to reminisce, Dimitri. That girl you knew back then is gone. As good as dead. But I'll tell you now what I wasn't able to tell you back then. Thank you, my dear forgotten friend. Because of you, I never lost my heart. As for the future, that will be decided in battle. King of Fargus, as the Emperor, I shall await your arrival in Enbar.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her. The Kingdom Army, having gathered new troops and significant strength, commences its march towards the imperial capital of Enbar. In response to their movements, Emperor Edelgard orders her trusted retainer, Hubert, to the front lines to meet the Kingdom Army head-on. The two forces clash in the city's streets.
Gates to the Imperial capital have been broken. All troops, storm in! The Emperor is within reach!
Imperial troops are dug in across the city. Let's cut through them and carve a route to the palace.
The Savior King arrives, hands red with blood. Let's give him a royal welcome. Artillery! Once the enemy is in range, fire at will. Reinforcements will fly in shortly. Keep your focus and hold steady until they arrive.
What's my strategy?
What's the plan?
My orders?
I'd be honored.
I'm your girl. You're done! Ha! I'm sorry.
I can always depend on you.
At your service. Be at peace.
More fighting. Winning is what matters.
Leave it to me.
I'll cut through. All right, next.
It's my duty.
Ready when you are.
Ready and able. I must stay the course.
I am prepared.
Pathetic. All in his service.
A threat eliminated. I wield this power for His Highness.
Watch and learn. Here is something to believe in. This could turn the tides. Predictable.
I aim for greatness. For now.
So they've stopped our reinforcements. We will need to thin their numbers as well, or if House Varley's troops arrive in time, we may be able to flank the kingdom's army.
A necessary sacrifice.
You saved me.
Weak.
All right, who's next? There's
One to remember.
In the name
of justice! I'm still here.
It's time!
Hate me if you must.
Reminds me of my youth.
Too slow. I can do no less.
All for our future.
War is for the wealthy. We don't even have enough to eat. I'm sure the goddess won't punish us for a little bit of thievery here and there.
Burn until we meet again.
All is going to plan. My duty is your death.
It's my duty.
Watch and learn.
It was the only way. I must steel myself.
Leave my
It was meant to be.
Too easy.
It's win or die.
Pointless. Too easy.
You haven't earned my pity.
Let's begin!
Now's our chance. All you...
takes.
One of us has to die. Winning is what matters.
I can always count on you.
Allow me.
This should do it.
What's next?
I'm counting on you.
Another victory.
It was the only way.
You're trouble. Let's do it now.
I shall not stray. Watch and learn.
Too slow.
It was meant to be.
A sight to see.
I'll end this quickly. It is done. Onward.
made my peace.
Make a difference? It's win or die. I'm...
I can't lose! It's my duty.
I won't forget this.
I see how the...
Pure grit! I'm not dying here.
This could turn the tides.
Have it.
Allow me to demonstrate!
All is going to plan.
Excuse me!
I don't expect forgiveness.
Watch and learn.
This may be our best option.
It's almost a shame to kill you. Not even death will make you consequential.
This ends now!
We must place our faith in Her Majesty. Her victory is everything.
It's over. The way to the palace is clear. Let's move! Send your platoons to capture Enbar. There is to be no needless killing or pillaging. Understand?
Yes, Your Highness.
Edelgard awaits us. We will advance our main forces straight to the palace. It is still early, Professor. We are up against Edelgard herself now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We will advance our troops and confront her. We must strike down the Emperor and end this war.
My life is yours, Your Highness.
Let's win this and go back home in victory. I'll do the very best I can.
On my honor as a knight, I will not lose.
I know the goddess is watching over us. Let's be sure to return home safely. All of us.
As a citizen of Fargus, I will fight with everything I have.
Is this what a do-or-die situation looks like? You would best give it your all too, General.
Go and win. Be the boar that you are. And don't you dare look back.
Yes, I will... No. We will win this. Together. Everyone, move out!
The time has nearly come.
Yes, the anomaly should present itself shortly. However...
There's no reason to fret. Besides, it's far too late to second guess. Now, assume your position. I can't promise your safety if you remain here.
Very well.
This pain is nothing compared to what I have already suffered.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon. Oath of the Dagger. After storming the streets of Enbar and bringing Imperial forces to their knees, the Kingdom army surrounds the Imperial Palace. But the enemy that awaits them there is not the Edelgard they once knew.
We have annihilated Enbar's army. If we strike her down now, this war will finally be over. I imagine she intends to keep fighting until the bitter end. If this is the end she has chosen, it is my responsibility to see it through with her. Isn't that so, Emperor of Adrestia? We have no choice but to destroy each other. Such is the destiny we were born to. That is why I will now rise up to answer her iron will with the bite of my lance.
I will protect you at all costs. We will both live to see tomorrow, Your Majesty.
If the king falls here, that would mean my father's and brother's deaths were in vain.
For Lenato, Kristoff, everyone, I will not lose.
Well, if I were to die now, I'd have a lot to explain to my brother.
All will be okay. I know we can win.
I won't falter, no matter who we're facing.
For all those who have lost their lives in this war, we cannot lose.
It is time. Onward to our final battle.
They are here, but my progress cannot be stopped, no matter how many people try. The war's end will spell destruction for one of us. There can only be one ruler of the world.
Edelgard must be in the throne room. I would love nothing more than to charge in and settle this once and for all. But we must be mindful of the surrounding forces.
Strange. The mages don't seem to be wearing their usual Imperial uniforms.
We cannot allow our grand ambition to be stopped by these beasts.
What's the plan?
At your service. I don't expect forgiveness.
Ready when you are. I shall not stray. More fighting. Will this ever end?
My orders?
You can do it! You do it!
I'm your girl.
Ready and able.
I've got an idea.
I'm sorry.
I'd be honored. In the name of justice! It was the only way.
What's my strategy?
I can hear voices from the lower levels. Could it be enemy reinforcements?
Maybe if we take control of those stairwells now, we can prevent reinforcements.
I am prepared.
I'll cut through.
Leave it to me. I won't stop here.
Too slow. One to remember.
Luck wasn't with you.
You shall be obliterated. I will take you out so fast you will not have a chance to lament.
Too slow. Where did that attack come from? If we do not find out, we have no chance of avoiding it.
We're in danger. Advance with caution.
Too easy.
We will return this world to mortal hands. May that filthy race of beasts wither and die.
Weak. Pathetic. Ineffective. No, weak. On my honor! I swear it wasn't in vain.
I'm your girl.
I'd be honored.
We will return this world to mortal hands. May that filthy race of beasts wither and die.
Victory will be ours.
I am prepared.
Myson! Everyone retreat! We cannot sacrifice our goal!
The mages are retreating! So, they weren't Imperial troops after all.
Stop yammering. We must advance, boar.
Ready and able.
I'm with you.
Let's begin.
I am prepared.
I can hear voices from the lower level.
Maybe?
I'll cut a path for His Highness.
I'll cut through. All right, next.
I'd be honored.
We will return this world to mortal hand. May that...
I can't lose!
Everyone retreat!
The mages are retreating! So, they weren't Imperial troops after all.
Stop yammering. We must advance, boar.
Ready and able. Don't underestimate us.
I'm your girl.
I'll assist.
This is our chance.
Leave it to me.
Whatever you need.
We must destroy you now.
What's my strategy? We're in danger.
Your Highness, somehow, you must...
I must lead them well. My orders? How about a curtsy? I'll keep...
I won't falter.
More fighting. I don't regret this power. More fighting. Ready when you are. Next try. Prepare yourself. My duty is your death.
At your service. Excuse me. A tragic end.
Knew you could do it. What's the plan? Burn until we meet again. I'll cut through. Is that all?
You fought well.
Leave it to me.
Ready and able.
I'm your girl. What's next?
Is that it? Saw it coming.
This battle is over.
Hate me if you must.
I've got you! It was the only way. I just eked by.
Be smart or I'm finished. Yeah!
What's my strategy?
Here is something to believe in!
All is going to plan. It's win or die.
I'd be honored. In the name of justice! I must steel myself. I need to slow down.
My orders? I will destroy you! Make a difference?
Keep it up.
If you're sure.
Let's turn the table.
For Gerald. Pure grit. I'm not dying here. There's more. Predictable. I'm so. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. I'm your girl.
I won't stop here.
Use what you have. This could be crucial.
Witness my resolve!
It won't be in vain.
I'd be honored. I'm still here.
Too slow.
Hey!
Saw it coming.
Watch and learn. Watch and learn. I must lead them well.
Shouldn't strain myself.
This is for...
More fighting.
I won't falter.
All is going to plan.
swear it wasn't in vain. Too slow.
I'm fine.
I must stay the course.
Shall not stray. For now.
Nice. Just be careful.
Protect my friends.
One step closer to victory.
I'm still here.
So, that grotesque creature was Edelgard. If she is prepared to transform her very body to fight for this future of hers, then I have no choice but to defeat her, even if it costs me my life. We must defend the present. After all, it is all that we truly have.
This might be tough. You earned this!
Too slow! You haven't earned my pity.
A sight to see. I won't forget this.
These fools are caught up in the sacrifices at hand and cannot see the future ramifications at stake. We must bury them. We must trample the past underfoot and move onward to a brighter tomorrow.
Too slow. Not quite. Prepare yourself. My duty is your death.
What's the plan?
Too slow. I shall not stray.
Ready and able.
next one.
Facing you, I grow weak.
Watch and learn. No hesitation!
To be changed beyond all recognition. That is what lies at the end of the ideals you serve so diligently. I have no pity for one such as you. If that is the future you hoped for, then you deserve no compassion. This battle is over! Edelgard, it is over.
A rising flame was alight as the flow of time carved a new history for Fódlan. The long reign of the Adrestian Empire finally met its end when the imperial capital, the city of Enbar, collapsed. After 5.5 years of war, a new age was set to begin. With Fódlan united as the Holy Kingdom of Faerghus, Archbishop Rhea, still weak from her imprisonment, stepped down from her position. The Church of Seiros began to take the needed steps to reorganize. Prince Dimitri formally ascended the throne, beginning his reign as the king of the Holy Kingdom of Faerghus, which now included former Alliance and Imperial territories. Texts from the time claim that the one who guided the king as he sought to create a world free from oppression became the new Archbishop of the Church of Seiros.
Come now, my friend. You must stop staying up so late. Tomorrow is yet another early morning. Then again, I know that matters little. You cannot sleep, can you? Neither can I, of course. I want you to know I am sorry for making you do so much when your battle wounds aren't even completely healed yet. Do not worry about me. My shoulder has healed nicely. I still have some numbness in my hand, but it should not hinder me too much. It is a lovely night, is it not? How many years has it been since I was kept awake by hopes for the future, rather than by nightmares of the past? I have had the same nightmare for 9 long years. A nightmare in which I am constantly tormented by those who have died. They ask me why I have not avenged them, why I got to live, yet they had to die. No matter how many corpses I piled up for them, in the end, their voices only grew louder. Voices loathing me, calling out to me. Their inescapable death cries ringing in my ears, clinging to my soul. Even now, I can always hear them. I am certain I will be hearing them until the day I die. But I will not cover my ears. I will go on living, and their voices will serve as a warning. As a king, and as a wretch who claimed countless lives. I will build a kingdom where the people can live in peace. I am sure she would laugh and call such talk foolish. But I wish to change this world in my own way. Well, Your Grace, things will be busy from now on. Our first order of business is tomorrow's coronation. Once a professor and student, now an archbishop and a king. How very far we have come. That is true. To me, you will always be the one who guided me so kindly. My ally through all. My beloved... Yes, my beloved. Listen, there is something I wish to give you before the coronation. Give me your hand. Please, I beg of you, say something. If you do not wish to accept it, please, just tell me. If so, I will face the truth and walk away. What is this? Yes, I see. Right. In that case, let us exchange them, shall we? Your hands. Now that I hold them within my own, I see how small and fragile they are. These hands that have saved me countless times. Thank you, my beloved. Your kind, warm hands. May they cling to my own forevermore.
reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. No, I wish I could stay here in cherished halls, in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays. Fade lights pass through colored glass in this beloved place. Silver shines, the world dines, a smile on each face. As joy surrounds, comfort abounds, and I can feel I'm breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames of force I can't run from. As I live out each peaceful day, deep in my soul, oh, I know I can stay. So I wish I could hide away, hold tight to what I love, keep cruel fate at bay. As the rain falls on the path, I chase your shadow. I don't feel a single drop or the ground below. Then you turn to me and I stop before I know. And the lie upon my lips, I let it go. Cross my heart, making vows I know will be betrayed. A sad girl's plea, live only for a breath and then they fade. Don't ever take back your kind hand, lest precious love slip away like time sand. Only we will know all that was lost, scars that we can't erase, show us life's true cost. The blue moonlight cuts across our sight as pure and clear as a ringing bell, reaching for us in the night. As the wind calms my thoughts, I hold strong on this terrace. I feel at peace, carried away by the wind's song. Open the door and walk away. Never give in to the call of yesterday. Memories that make